Number 7. Hanakapiai Beach. This beautiful beach on Hawaii's island of Kauai may draw you in with the scenic hike it takes to get there and its captivating waters, but beware, Hanakapiai Beach is known to have some of the strongest rip currents in the world. Strong enough to have been the cause of death for at least 83 people, of which the bodies of 15 of them were never able to be recovered. A sign on the trail as you arrive to the beach keeps an updated tally of the number of lives lost there to try to dissuade people from entering the water. Most other beaches have coral reefs that help reduce the strength of rip currents by resisting powerful ocean currents. But due to the absence of reefs in the waters around this beach, the rip currents are incredibly dangerous. To make it less accessible to people, there isn't any road access to the beach. The only way to get there is a 2-mile hike that contains big rocks, streams, and waterfalls, making it even more dangerous in case there's an emergency and immediate help is needed. Number 6. New Smyrna Beach. Known as the shark attack capital of the world, the reason behind why New Smyrna Beach in Florida is one of the most dangerous is no secret. Located in Volusia County, there have been a total of 244 shark attacks in those waters, with an average of 9 annual shark attacks in recent years. While it certainly does hold the record for the most shark bites that happen annually, luckily the majority of those bites have not been fatal. For example, an unnamed 64-year-old woman was bitten on the foot while sitting on her paddleboard in April of 2021. She was taken to the hospital to check out the lacerations on her foot. A similar incident happened a few months later in August of 2021 when an unnamed 35-year-old man was bitten in knee-deep waters on the foot by a shark. He too was treated for cuts but was okay. New Smyrna offers some of the best waves on the East Coast for surfers to ride, the thrill of surfing oftentimes overriding the threat of the sharks. So, if you do decide to risk it, just remember that the decreased visibility of the water makes it hard for sharks to distinguish their normal food from humans, and our splashing in the water often confuses them into thinking we may be a food source for them. Number 5. Playa Zipolite. Located in the state of Oaxaca in Mexico, Playa Zipolite is also known as Playa de los Muertos, or Beach of the Dead. It earned this name after the ancient custom of the indigenous Zapotecs had them release their dead into the ocean as a burial ceremony. But nowadays, the name is still very fitting since the dangerous waters can result in deaths. In the old days, before 1995, around 50 people a year would drown here. But now, with the implementation of an active lifeguard team, drownings have been reduced by half, with the lifeguards making frequent rescues. A lot of people are drawn here for the strong surf and the fact that it is Mexico's first and only legal nude beach. While the laid-back beach atmosphere may be a great reason to go, be cautious if you plan on going into the water. The currents go in a circular motion and are incredibly strong. So, if you get stuck in one of those circular currents, you could be forcibly pushed out towards the ocean. If this happens, don't try to swim directly back towards the shore, because the same strong current that pushed you out to begin with will fight against you, and you will more than likely lose. Instead, swim parallel to the shore until you feel that you have swam past the circular rip current. Number 4. North Sentinel Island. North Sentinel Island is one of the Andaman Islands found in India, and it's definitely unique. It isn't the marine life that will kill you, nor any rip currents or pollution. At this beach, what you have to look out for is the indigenous group of people called the Sentinelese who inhabit the island. They resist the outside world and block out any contact with anyone who comes near them by killing them. They protect their island and their tribe by killing any trespassers who find their way onto the island. They've been known to shoot flaming arrows at planes and kill people, whether they arrived by accident or not, whom they viewed as trespassers washing up on their shores. They even refused the help of the Indian government when they tried to send aid after a tsunami, shooting arrows at a helicopter that tried to deliver food and supplies. One of the more recent cases of the Sentinelese attacking a newcomer to their island was the story of John Allen Chow, a 27-year-old Christian missionary who traveled to their beach illegally in hopes of teaching them about Christianity. he didn't disclose his trip to the Indian government, but rather paid two fishermen 25,000 Indian rupees, the equivalent of $400. After a couple of attempts to make peaceful contact with the tribe in November of 2018, they killed him. Upon Chow's death, the two fishermen were arrested as it is illegal to travel to the island without a permit from the government. Number 3. Hanakapia Beach. Located in the Dominican Republic, the United Nations declared that the population of people who live in Hanakapia have the highest level of lead contamination in the world. And if that wasn't bad enough, high levels of formaldehyde, ammonium, and sulfuric acid from the nearby manufacturing plants, power plants, and oil refinery are to blame for the heavy pollution. Factories not only release airborne toxins, but have been known to also dump other toxic waste directly into the water. For this reason, Hanakapia Beach is unsafe to swim in and is often referred to as the Dominican Chernobyl due to its chemical pollution levels. Over 90% of the residents in Hanakapia were reported to have high blood lead levels. Not only is it a chemical hazard, but the beach is also heavily polluted with plastic and garbage, making it one of the worst and most dangerous places in the world to even think about going for a swim in. Number 2. Fraser Island. Beware if you ever venture onto the shores of Fraser Island, a beach found off the coast of Queensland in Australia. True to the stereotypical, yet somewhat true, idea that everything in Australia wants to kill you, at Fraser Island, you're in harm's way whether you find yourself enjoying the water or staying dry on land. Not only do the waters have dangerous rip currents that can drown you, but they're also home to the world's deadliest jellyfish, the Irukandji jellyfish. They are the most venomous types of jellyfish in existence. Getting stung by one may result in symptoms like vomiting, sweating, abdominal pain, hypertension, anxiety, pulmonary edema, and even death from cardiac arrest. Between 50 to 100 people go to the hospital each year from Irukandji jellyfish stings. Luckily, not all cases are deadly, but they can be. Not to mention, the constant presence of sharks doesn't make the situation any safer. If you're thinking you'll stick to suntanning instead of going for a swim, think again. The island is home to packs of wild dingoes that have been known to attack people who visit the beach. One of the most recent cases was in May of 2021, when a 4-year-old child was attacked by a dingo on Fraser Island, sustaining a bite to the leg before his parents were able to chase the dingo away. Another toddler was attacked in April of 2021, sustaining bite injuries to his leg, arm, shoulder, and near the base of the head. Dingoes tend to go for prey they deem to be small and easy, so make sure to keep an eye on your little ones, or completely avoid this beach in the first place. Luckily, both children made a full recovery. Number 1. Kilauea Beaches. Known as the Black Sand Beaches of Hawaii, the Kilauea Beaches are some of the most dangerous beaches to visit. They are located near the Kilauea volcano on the Big Island of Hawaii. Black sand is formed by the reaction of lava meeting the ocean water. As the lava flows into the ocean, the significantly cooler temperatures of the water rapidly cools down the lava. The speed in which the lava cools results in a sort of explosion into several fragmented pieces. The fragments then get broken up by the motion of the waves, turning it into black sand. The black sand on the shore looks mesmerizing against the ocean, but it's constantly covered in volcanic ash. The volcano has been constantly erupting since 1983, sending scalding hot lava into the ocean, raising its temperature to as high as 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Swimming here is impossible, as you can be boiled alive by the water. In addition to this, the air is dangerous to breathe as it is riddled with toxic fumes from the volcano. Would you rather try to reason with the Sentinelese tribe or try to escape the deadly rip currents of Playa Zipolite?